Today, we're breaking down one of the most mysterious and overpowered abilities in anime, the Six Eyes of Satoru Gojo. A power so rare, it's said to appear only once every few hundred years. But what exactly are the Six Eyes? How do they work? And what secret connection do they have to the Limitless technique and the Gojo clan's divine heritage? So what exactly are the Six Eyes? And why do fans call them one of the most broken powers in all of anime? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how Gojo's eyes make him untouchable and why even gods would fear this man. Before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because here we break down the myth, the science, and the mystery behind anime's most powerful legends every week. All right, let's start simple. Who is Gojo Satoru? Gojo is a Jujutsu sorcerer, basically a warrior who exercises curses. Think of curses as dark spirits born from human emotions like fear, anger, or hatred. These creatures are invisible to normal people, but Gojo can see them clearly thanks to his six eyes. Now you might ask, what do these eyes actually do? Here's the fun part. The six eyes let Gojo see cursed energy, the life force that powers everything in this world, in extreme detail. Not just glowing energy or vibes, but literally every tiny particle and movement of it. Imagine seeing electricity moving through wires or air currents swirling around you. That's what Gojo sees all the time. So why is that useful? Because in battle, cursed energy is everything. It fuels attacks, shields, and techniques. And since Gojo sees it perfectly, he can control it perfectly. He never wastes energy. While normal sorcerers run out of power, Gojo's control is so precise, he can fight almost forever. But that's just the beginning. The six eyes aren't just about vision. They connect to another power called the Limitless. What's the Limitless? It's the Gojo family's inherited technique, an ability to manipulate space itself. Sounds crazy? Let's break it down. Imagine trying to punch Gojo. You throw your fist, but as it gets closer, it starts slowing down, slower, until it just stops midair. You never touch him. Why? Because between you and Gojo, there's infinity. That's the Limitless. It creates infinite space that no attack can cross. Now you might ask, like, if it's infinite, how can Gojo control it? That's where the six eyes come in. They let him measure infinity itself. He can calculate distances, energy flow, and time so precisely that he can choose when to let something touch him and when to stop it completely. He's not just using magic, he's literally adjusting reality. Here's another question. Where did the six eyes come from? In the story, they're an ancient power passed down through the Gojo clan, but if we go deeper, they have roots in real mythology. In Buddhist and spiritual philosophy, the six eyes symbolize enlightenment, seeing the truth beyond illusions. They represent understanding all things, even suffering. The anime took that concept and turned it into a superpower. Instead of spiritual truth, Gojo sees cursed truth, the reality of energy itself. But even godlike power has a cost. Did you know that every past user of the six eyes lived isolated and alone? Their perception was so strong that they couldn't relate to others. They saw too much, every lie, every emotion, every drop of cursed energy around them. Imagine never being able to switch it off. That's the burden of divine vision. Gojo, however, is different. He laughs, he jokes, he teaches. He's not just strong, he's human. And that's what makes him terrifying, because he chooses to use his godlike power not to dominate others, but to protect people. He's like a modern day god who decided to be a teacher instead of a ruler. Now, what makes his fights so legendary? Let's look at how the six eyes work in battle. Gojo can see attacks before they happen, not because he's reading minds, but because he sees the energy forming before anyone else does. So when enemies move, he's already reacted. It's like fighting someone who's watching your future. And when he combines that with his spatial powers, he becomes unstoppable. He uses blue, a technique that creates attraction, red, which repels, and hollow purple, which erases matter completely. These techniques work because of his precision, and his precision comes from the six eyes. Without them, controlling space would be impossible. But how strong is Gojo really? In one arc, he single-handedly wipes out hundreds of cursed spirits in seconds without breaking a sweat. His power is so overwhelming that even Sukuna, the king of curses, admits Gojo is on another level. And when they finally fight, the Six Eyes allow Gojo to go toe-to-toe with a literal cursed god. So here's the big question. Could anyone ever surpass Gojo? Maybe. The Six Eyes are said to reappear only once every few centuries, so someday another person could inherit them, but that person would need not just vision, but control, intellect, and the will to carry the burden of infinity. In the end, the Six Eyes are more than an ability. They're a symbol of absolute perception, of seeing everything, even the invisible. And Gojo Satoru is the one man who proved that even if you see infinity, you can still smile. If you learned something new today, hit that like button and subscribe, because we've only just begun unlocking the myths behind anime's greatest powers. Tell me in the comments, should we explain Sukuna's domain next or dive into Megumi's 10 shadows? Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes true strength isn't just power,